Once upon a time, there were two boys, Lou and Hugh. They lived happily with their Nana and Grandad because their mother wasn't very well in her mind. Lou and Hugh have both different daddies who they have never met. Their childhood was happy and secure in the devotion of their Nana, and they did lots of fun things together. They were smart and good at sport, and they had lots of friends. Then one day, when Lou was 11 years old, something terrible and hurtful happened to him. Something that changed him. Hugh had lost his older brother. This is my big brother's story.
I never knew my biological father. I had no fatherly influence in my life. 13 years old, I was selling papers out the front of the pub, and by 15, 16, I was in the pub drinking. The blokes that you tend to go to pubs are all sort of tough, violent, fearless sort of blokes, and that's sort of you identify as what a man is supposed to be. You know, Bruce Lee and all this kind of stuff. It was very influential to a person without a fatherly figure, because you had no basis as to who you were without your father there. So you have to try and identify with a man. Well, you've got a plethora of men to pick from as far as, manly attributes. Who's the best fighter? Who's the best this? Who's the most fearless? Who's scared of nothing? Whatever. And I had a whole subculture of different friends that were all interested in different things. All you think of is the adrenaline and the fun that you're actually having when you're doing it, Whether it be testing yourself against another bloke in martial arts, or whether it be, riding a motorcycle over 200 k's on a main street. I had no direction as to put all that energy or life or whatever, so you just take it in the most fun, dangerous direction.
Lou, working as a tow truck driver, married Sarita and soon had two daughters, Nikki and Kelly. Yet a 15-year habit of smoking marijuana saw their lifestyle spiral out of control.
We never had a stable family life. We were all over the friggin' place, mate, Virtually a criminal existence. We smoked drugs all the time. We kept odd hours, all the rest of it. I did love my daughters, and I did want to provide for them, but there was no fatherly advice from me, you know what I mean? Sort of like a fragmented life. I didn't have a close relationship with my wife or my children. Other men were very superficial, and it was like a self-serving relationship with most people. From what happened to me when I was a kid, I had this internal, I thought I was basically crap anyway. So I was just dissatisfied with everything that I tried to get for myself. I remember sitting out there, living the high life on a jet ski out in the middle of the boat harbour, and I said, "Oh God, if there's more, if you're really there, there's got to be more to life than this. Show me." What a dumbass.
Within 6 weeks, Lou's world fell apart. An acute psychotic episode saw him voluntarily admitted into a psychiatric ward.
I was losing my mind in a way that I didn't understand, and I just thought, I better read the Bible. I don't know why, probably because of Sunday school as a kid or whatever, and I started reading the Bible. The things that every page I opened up in the Bible was something relevant to what I was going through at the time. This was my saving grace in the Bible, was Psalm 23. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I'll fear no evil, for you are always with me, And that short line made me sort of understand, okay, this must be the valley of the shadow of death. It was a position where nothing seemed wrong except internally. You know, you could feel this fear. I can't live my way anymore because I'm going to be dead. You know, or I'm going to be, everything's going to be stuffed up or whatever. I can't manage what I'm doing anymore, you know. And he just gave me a rule book. He just gave me a book and said, well, this is how I think about you, this is what I want for you, this is what I want of you, you know. So just do what this says for a while and see what happens.
Through a holistic approach to his recovery, Lou has been able to kick the habits of marijuana, cigarettes and medication.
Every workout you have to go up a bit. If you don't go up a bit, you plateau out, you have to take a week off.
Have a good day, mate. Makes you feel better physically. It's easier to feel better mentally, or you know, at least the issues that you've got to deal with are not a lot easier, but more sustainable. You can get through them a lot easier.
It takes you a while to probably build up to that kind of training, but once your body gets used to it, you're right. Yeah. But you enjoy it, you know. Yeah. It's all about endorphins.
It's a love that we can't even fathom. And as Christians, you tap into it a tiny bit and you just can't get enough of it. You know, that's what the beauty and the majesty of knowing God is. It's just, it's love. He loves you. He loves you more than you can even think.
Thanks very much, guys. I really appreciate it. I'm really enjoying tonight. I'm glad you could all come.
New legend.
I just hope we live long and prosper, like Spock says. No, I think we should all just enjoy life and realise that 40's not that scary.
I am a bit of a stubborn person, and I've just built up barriers around myself so I can live, but I want to fix that. Gee, I'm 40 now and I've still got this nagging problem, you know, it doesn't go away. And I want to deal with that, and that's scary. That brings up a lot of pain I don't like to face. You can't take back time, but you can go back to that space in a spiritual sense and heal and forgive those issues. And I believe they're stopping me from fully living the realisation of God's love for me. I've put up so many boundaries. I've encased my heart in scar tissue so it can't be damaged. And I've got it, like a surgeon, God's got to cut away the scar tissue, you know, so he can get to my heart. I know God loves me. You know, without doubt, my life has changed dramatically since becoming a Christian. But I want more. I want more love, you know. I want to know it in my heart as well as my head.
Even though Lou has been long estranged from his ex-wife and daughters, he does have hope.
I want to have a relationship that's livable. You know, I want to have a relationship with my daughters that's loving. You know, I want to stop the things that have happened to me and the previous generations in my life from happening to my kids by having God in and around their lives.